All right, for more on this, I want to bring in political analyst Michael Geoghegan. He's in Williams Lake, BC today. Hi, Michael.
Hi, thanks for having me on.
Well, thanks for coming on. How do you make of how Justin Trudeau has handled this whole situation 24 hours after the commissioner's report came out?
Well, I think they've handled this entire scandal from start to present day rather poorly, and his refusal to apologize or acknowledge that mistakes were made, I think, is keeping the scandal alive. I think if he actually wanted to try and get this scandal behind him, he needs to acknowledge that mistakes were made, and he needs to apologize for them. And this sort of lie, deny, and shoot the messenger strategy has consistently backfired on them. So I'm a little puzzled as to why they're continuing with it.
Perhaps because it works. I mean, and they're, right? Obviously, they've done the polling, and I think the timing of the report is particularly, interesting in that they have some time now before the election, because polls have shown that they did recover from the initial SNC Lavalin scandal with time going by, and I guess it will remain to be seen if voters have short memories.
Yeah, I mean, it is 9 weeks out. It was released in, at the height of the summer holiday season. It wasn't released after Labor Day, where it would have been still fresh on people's mind heading to the polls. But I think the problem he has, though, is that it's been tremendously disillusioning for a lot of Liberal supporters, and I think that's why we've seen the Green numbers climb. In that that represents a sort of handy spot for disaffected Liberals to go to. The main advantage that Trudeau has is that he's got rather lackluster competition in the form of the other federal party leaders. None of them have really caught on with the Canadian public. So he's hoping that as we get closer to the election, when people are choosing who to vote for, that he's going to get a plurality of votes.
Right, and that was my next question. What does the opposition have to do to try and garner either the undecided or the disenchanted Liberals who may be looking for another place to park their vote, even as a protest vote or, a referendum on Trudeau's leadership?
Well, yeah, and that's the thing, is that right now, in terms of the country is split at the Manitoba-Ontario border. At the Manitoba West, the Conservatives are in the lead, and Ontario East, the Liberals are in the lead. And I think that probably also reflects some of the fallout from some of the things we've seen in terms of the Doug Ford provincial Conservative government. So it's setting up a situation. We know that the Conservatives and Liberals are neck and neck. This is probably going to assist Scheer in terms of being more competitive with Trudeau. But Canadians have serious misgivings as to how right-wing a Scheer government would be. So the challenge for them is to, I guess, reassure Canadians that they're not going to be like the Doug Ford government. On the other hand, I think one of the parties that has been reaping the benefits of this is the Green Party, simply in that it is a safe third party spot. But it's the failure of the NDP to pick up significant votes that I think points to the fact that their leader has failed to catch on with Canadians.
Michael, we're just about out of time. We are out of time. But is this a difference then between a Liberal majority and a Liberal minority government? Absolutely.
I think this report could spell a Liberal minority government. And of course, in that situation, he has the advantage in that the Greens and the NDP and even Jody Wilson-Raybould as an independent are much more likely to support his government than a Scheer government.
Political analyst Michael Geoghegan, good to talk to you as always. Thank you.
Thank you.